What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map. And we find ourselves downtown. It's been a long time since I've worked on the downtown area. Let me tell you, it's been quite a while. But I gotta get back on my horse here, because I promised you guys I would finish this tower by episode 500. I'm not gonna work on this tower today, but at least I'm close to it, and I can start thinking about it now that I'm so close to it. No, I'm gonna be working on this tower here. And this is a townhome that has 8 different sections of townhomes. And I've got 2 down, and I got 6 more to go, so I gotta start working on this. Yeah, let's get it done little by little. One thing I want to mention though before I go any further is that my frame rate is taking a huge hit every time I come downtown. I never knew why. I thought it was because of glowstone, but I got rid of all the glowstone. It wasn't because of glowstone. It is because of all the signs in here. Now, I don't think that signs in the past, signs didn't cause lag. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure that they fixed that issue. And then a recent update came out, and now signs cause lag again. They don't call lag in the traditional sense, they cause frame rate lag. So you guys can't tell right now because I'm filming at 30 frames per second, but my frame rate right now is about 30 frames per second, half of what should be happening. And it's because of the signs, and I'm 95% certain, because there's a lot of signs here, and only here does it lag this badly. And ever since we got rid of the glowstone, this is the only place that really lags still now. So, not only does glowstone lag in the natural texture pack, but signs lag as well. How are we supposed to make this place come alive if we can't use signs? You know what I'm saying, guys? So I'm kind of disappointed with 4J Studios at the moment, because like I said, I don't think signs caused lag in the past, and now they do. So we're going backwards here in Minecraft. We're going backwards. Thank you, 4J Studios. We got battle mode, huh? Anyway, so let's get to work on this townhome, because I got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to get too much done for you today, because this is not a fast motion build. But I have one little area laid out right in here. So I'm going to do as much as I can. We're going to start in on the kitchen, and then maybe do a little living room area, and then maybe a closet, and then maybe like a foyer. I don't know. We're just going to work as much as we can today, and hopefully we get a good chunk of stuff done for you guys today. I know you guys have seen me do a lot of kitchens, but I feel like the kitchen is the first thing that I put in every single townhome, or any single home. Like, the kitchen is like sort of like the focus. So I always work on the kitchen first. I don't know why. I'm a weirdo. So what I like to do is I box myself in, and I punch out any holes where holes need to go. Okay, it's a weird strategy. It's a weird technique, but I like it. It makes it feel like each room is individual. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put up a wall, and then maybe this one here will be a stripe. Give this wall some character. What kind of stripe? That kind of stripe. There we go. Beautiful. Just like this. Voila. Alright, so what is today? Today is Friday. Yes, it is. It's Friday, guys, and every Friday we have a tradition here on the Desolation map where I choose a comment from the week before, and I talk about it. And this week was kind of a little bit controversial for me. You know, I did something that I knew would be controversial, and that's fine. I mean, I did it. I knew it was going to be controversial going into it, so I'm not upset in any way. It is exactly what I was expecting, but we got a kind of a controversial comment. So let's dive into it. This is Comment of the Week. Alright, this week's comment comes from a person. Just a person. I don't know which person, but a person. And I'm not going to read all this. This is a scary path that you're going here in Minecraft YouTube Creator. You're essentially encouraging kids to wait until... I'm not going to read all this. If you want to read it, we had a great exchange on episode... Oh, no, it was Monday's video. I'll put a link in the cards so you can see. If you haven't seen it, it's the Creative Question of the Week episode from this Monday. And we had a discussion in the comment section. I wanted to address it. Basically, what he's saying is that he said it was very irresponsible of me to tell children that they should do something illegal. And I understand where he's coming from. I understand completely. And, you know, like I said, I knew we were going to get some backlash from the video. Because in the video, if you haven't seen it, well, I'm not going to explain everything I said. But I was very clear that there are certain kinds of drugs that the government doesn't want you to get your hands on. And not because it's in your best interest. That was the gist of the whole episode, basically. Was that not everything that your government tells you is true, and they have ulterior motives, and sometimes these motives are to keep you in a box. Not literally, but, well, actually literally, in a cubicle sometimes. So a lot of you are going to be trapped in cubicles when you're adults, okay? And that's basically being trapped in a box, quite literally. But it's more of a mental prison that you're kept in, one that doesn't encourage free thought or self-expression. It encourages toting the status quo line. Anyway, the gist of his argument was that, you guys shouldn't be encouraged to do illegal things. And I responded back saying, basically what I want to say about that. If you, like I said, you can go back and read the comment section and see what the exchange we had. But what my whole argument was, guys, was that just because something's illegal doesn't make it right. And just because something's legal doesn't make it right. Okay? So the whole gist of what I'm trying to say is use your own brains. Okay? And in order for you to use your own brain, you have to have all the facts. So this guy, a person, was trying to, he was trying to say basically that you should use the government's brain, because since the government has decided it's illegal, you should follow that. And what I'm saying is, you know what? Just because something's legal or illegal doesn't make it right or wrong. All that means is someone had a vested interest and managed to get a law passed. At one time, slavery was legal. So did that make it okay for you to own another human being and tell them what to do, how to think, where to pee? Did that make it okay? Just because slavery was legal, that meant it was okay to enslave a person? No, it still made it ethically wrong, but that was the law. There's bureaucracy. There's people with vested interest that profited off of keeping a person enslaved. Now, if it was, according to a person, if we were living in the 1850s, he would say, well, of course you should own slaves. It's legal. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is just because something's illegal or legal doesn't make it right or wrong. You have to use your brains, guys. You have to question it. That's why every single episode, where we dive deep into these issues, I tell you to question. Ask questions. Okay? Now, I know that a lot of you are children, and me telling you to do something illegal is going to make adults kind of upset, some adults. But I'm just giving you guys the facts, the straight up facts. And what you do with that is up to you. At least you can make an educated opinion. Now, if you look at the facts and you say, you know what, I agree with these laws and I'm going to follow them, good. That's your prerogative. I'm glad you're doing that. You should do that because, you're a free thinking person. You shouldn't listen to me just because I'm saying something. You should listen to what I'm saying and then think for yourself about what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to do here, is think for yourselves. And you're not going to be able to think for yourself if you're just going to tote the government line and without questioning it. Okay? So, always ask questions, guys. Always. I'm happy if you disagree with me as long as you've thought about it. You know what I mean? As long as you've thought about it yourself, then you can disagree till you're blue in the face. And that's good. It will open up a discourse and a discussion. And I'm not trying to pick on A Persons. I was very happy that he spoke up about how he thought about the situation. Thank you, A Persons, for speaking up about it. And that's the kind of conversation I want to have. This is the conversation I want to have because it really helps us to grow together as a community when we can discuss these things openly without fear of cops or whatever. You know what I mean? Without fear, because. Again, I respect A Persons for sharing his comments, and I really do appreciate A Persons, but everything you were saying was just fear-based. Fear of the government, basically. And, you should never live your life in fear. Okay, that's how you live. Fear causes anger, which causes hatred, which causes... this is like Yoda said, fear leads to anger. You know what I mean? And it's right, it's true. Because... fear is the source of pretty much every negative human emotion. It's all based on fear. People hate other races because they fear what's different from them. You know what I mean? And, anytime that you have the opportunity to rid yourself of any kind of fear, you absolutely must get rid of your fear. Take it, get rid of it. Fear serves you. The only thing fear does is it keeps you alive in very tense situations. Okay, so yeah, maybe fear is good. I mean, it's a human emotion and we need it. But if you got to fear the right things, guys, fear the right thing. You can't fear your reprisals from your government. You have to do the right thing at all times. Always do the right thing, no matter what repercussions are there. Okay. That's easy to say now, but when it's happening, it's not so easy. But that's the choice you're gonna have to make, guys. Are you gonna do the right thing when the chips are on the table, or are you gonna let fear take over and do something fear-based? That's up to you. That's how you want to live your life, and that's a choice you're gonna have to make. But you can't make that choice if you don't have all the information. So that's why I'm here, guys. I want to help you guys learn things that you're not necessarily going to learn in school, because school's run by the government. You're not going to learn from your parents, because your parents have been taught by the government to not teach you these things. So I don't care what the government wants. What I want is a happy, free, united, love-filled society. That's what I want, and the only way we're going to get that is from free-thinking individuals to break apart from this controlled method of teaching children things that don't serve them. You guys learn so many lies in school, and the thing about lies in school is they also tell you truth in school. What is the best way to hide a truth? Excuse me. What is the best way to hide a lie? Excuse me. What is the best way to hide a lie, guys? The best place to put a lie is between two truths. You know what I mean? So they tell you some truth, they tell you some truth, they tell you a lie, and then they tell you some more truth. So you can't tell what's the truth and what's the lies. And that's what school is. It's an 8-hour a day, or however many hours it is, session of just lying to you and then telling the truth, lying to you then telling the truth, to the point where you don't even have the strength of the energy to question it anymore. You just accept it all as truth, because finding out what's a lie and what's the truth is just too much work. Okay, so you just take what they say for granted. Everything they tell you is true because they're older than you and they're teachers, and the government says that they're qualified to tell you these things. But all they're really doing is reading from a history book or a math book. They're just teaching you what the government has told them to teach you. So don't take everything your teachers say for the gospel. Don't take everything your parents say for gospel. Don't take anything anyone says for gospel. Use your brains. Think for yourself. Come to your own decisions and conclusions. Use experience. Use knowledge. Use your intuition. Use your imagination. That's the only way to come to the real truth of the matter. I highly, highly recommend meditation. That's one of the best ways, period. Not one of, it is the best way to use discernment is through meditation, and proper meditation of connecting to one's higher self, one's higher being, the higher realms of existence that you cannot really come into contact with in any other way, except maybe to take some LSD or some shrooms, basically. So that's my little rant. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing this, but it's for your own good. It's going to help you in life. It's going to help you be a more well-rounded human being, knowing the truth about matters. I can't believe that I just said all that while building. I'm like in autopilot mode right now, guys. This is not a voiceover commentary. I'm like building while I talk about this. I can't believe it's coming out. This is pretty crazy. It just goes to show that practice makes perfect. When I started making videos, guys, I could not talk and build to save my life. If someone put a gun to my head and said, build a living room while you talk about your own personal life, then I couldn't even do that, But now I'm talking about all sorts of things while I'm building. Practice makes perfect, guys. I'm throwing down life lessons today. If you want to get good at something, you're not just going to be good at it overnight. You have to practice your butt off, okay? So, life lessons getting thrown down left and right today, guys, all over the place. I hope you guys take them to heart, at least, My main message, and this is a message to A persons as well. My main message here is don't take anything as true until you've done your own investigating. And that includes what I say, okay? That includes what I say. I'm just a dude with my own life experiences, sharing those experiences with you. You could take them or leave them however you wish. That's up to you. I'm just making sure you have all the facts and you are thinking for yourself. Because if you're thinking the way the government wants you to think, or society wants you to think, or your parents want you to think, then you're not thinking for yourself. Now, are you? And when you don't think for yourself, you open yourself up to manipulation, deception, corruption. Only your true self knows what's pure. And so don't take anyone's word for anything. The history books are written by people who won wars, not by the people who lost wars, okay? And they want to tell you what they want to tell you, you know? They want to tell you that taking over the United States was manifest destiny. It was destined by God to happen. That, you know, we were going to be propelled to move from the East Coast to the West Coast, and anything that stood in our way, which wasn't much, it was pretty easy, you know, is our God-given right. That was manifest destiny. That's what we're taught still today. What they don't really teach too much of is how we basically, in order to do that, we genocided millions and millions of people. People who were in tune with the earth, who lived in peace and harmony, who lived in symbiotic relationship with the mother of our existence, planet Earth. And we basically genocided them and turned the place into a place where we destroy the environment. We rape and pillage its culture and its resources in order to further perpetuate our own wants and desires. And we killed the people who were pure and natural, and we replaced them with greed and corruption and all sorts of things. But you don't learn that in school. In school, it was manifest destiny. It was destined to happen. It was supposed to happen. It had to happen. We had to expand the U.S., and that's what we did. So, you know, that's just one tiny example of the lies you're told in school. And, you know, sometimes they're just half lies. They're not full outright lies, or they're fabrications with, you know, little tweaks on the truth. And so there's all sorts. This ranges the whole gamut. Some things in school you learn are super true, you know, to the word. Other things are little white lies. Other things are outright fabrications. So you're not going to know the difference between them unless you do your own questioning. All right, guys, that's going to be the episode for today. I think I rambled on long enough about this subject. So, persons, again, I want to thank you for your comments. I really do appreciate you speaking up and speaking your mind. And I encourage more of you to do that. This is going to be a closet. So please, guys, leave comments like persons did if you feel a certain way about a certain thing, and we can have a discussion about it. It's not an argument, guys. It's a discussion. It's a discourse. It's us, you know, bouncing ideas off each other and learning from each other. So I want to thank persons. I want to thank you for watching and for leaving all your nice comments. Whew, that was a long video today. Okay, I'll leave a like if you enjoyed this, guys. This thing is coming up, so. It's gonna be a while, but eventually it'll be done. Alright, I've played long enough. I gotta go now. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.